Favorite Masters memory being Tiger Woods winning his last green jacket.
Was beyond anything. And to have him be in contention, and you don't need us to tell you, there was something different about that day. I know exactly what you're talking about. And
it felt like we started like a tradition of not only just making sure we watched like golf together, but we were watching sports together, big moments.
All right, welcome in to a special tradition unlike any other edition of What's the Spread? It's the Masters. It's Miles on Sports. Mr. Brad Thomas, we are coming at you with a special edition episode on one of our favorite weeks of the year.
The Masters. Listen, before I worked in this industry, so this is what, my second year doing the sports handicapping full time, I used to be like, man, this is the greatest time I take off work. I drink a ton. I'm not drinking a ton or taking off work, but you better believe that I will have my television pointed on the Masters. I will have my pimento cheese sandwich in my hand. Miles, we both love this week. It is a week to celebrate. It is a week to watch great golf. And more importantly, it is a week to make some money. I want to talk about our favorite Masters memory. I'm going to start off. And I'm going to start off with my favorite Masters memory being Tiger Woods winning his last green jacket. And I know, like, me and you, we've been boys, like, for a minute. But I felt like something special happened that day when we were watching the Masters together. So just I'll paint the picture for everyone watching. Me and Miles are out at the bar. We're watching Tiger Woods wins. We're crying. We're taking shots, drinking, calling our fathers. And it felt like we started like a tradition of not only just making sure we watch like golf together, but we were watching sports together, big moments. And it's kind of funny too, because like now when we go to national championship, go to Bama game, go to Ohio State game, it's like, I know what we're about to get into. This is about to be the ride of a lifetime. And I it's just like so many people counted Tiger Woods out. And then we got to share that together. It wasn't just me sitting and watching it at home. It was me sharing with my best friend, drinking, having a good time. Man, that if that could happen again, Tiger Woods wins again, I'll be absolutely speechless. But I still don't think if he wins this year, it will have that same kind of impact on my life that it did when he won the Masters.
And for you, Tiger is your guy, right? Like, he's your number one athlete. And even for me, someone who at the time, especially in 2019, I was a very casual golf fan. I mean, I've watched golf growing up, but Tiger Woods was beyond anything. And to have him be in contention, and you don't need us to tell you, there was something different about that day. I know exactly what you're talking about. And anybody who was able to share in that amazing, experience knows exactly what we're talking about. It was special, man. And like you said, we were just in a perfect spot. We had a perfect corner in the bar. We had a great bartender taking shots every time Tiger birdied or took the lead. Great. I remember Molinari. We were just he was the one he was battling that day. And just go away.
Go away.
But, that day, Tiger didn't even need him to back down because Tiger was old Tiger that day. It was just an unbelievable moment, especially coming from people who grew up with him, right? I mean, we grew up with Tiger, so to see him in that situation was amazing. It's definitely my top Masters memory, but another one that I really like to share, not to piggyback off yours, was when I was very young, probably like 6 or 7 years old, and I wasn't really watching a lot of golf. I was just getting into sports, and I remember it was a specific Masters Saturday, and I remember that my dad was watching, and it was really important to him, and I was trying to understand why it was so important to him. And he was really into it. Kind of like Ohio State football. He was like really into the Masters, but I didn't really understand it yet. Well, my mom wanted us to go to church, and we always used to go to church on Saturday nights when I was growing up. Not sure why, but we weren't like a Sunday morning church going group. We were Saturday nights, and my dad was pissed that we had to go to church on a Saturday night, and he did not care who heard it. I mean, just openly being frustrated. Pulling into the parking lot of the church, and my mom going, man, it's weird. There's not a lot of people tonight. And he's like, that's because everyone's at home watching the Masters, and we're here at church. Always stuck with me. And I'm going home this weekend to watch the Masters with my dad. So it's one of those special weekends if you're a sports fan, family oriented. Can't wait to get into it.
I can't wait for my first trip to Augusta. Anybody who's listening who has some pull, go ahead and throw your boy a ticket for next season. Let's talk about our favorite Masters food, because for those who don't know, the Masters, much like the Atlanta Falcons, always have their very specific concession stand at low prices.
Yeah.
And there's staples, not only just staples of the Masters, but staples of, Southern comfort, Southern hospitality. And for me, my favorite Masters food, you guys probably hear me talk about it more times than just the Masters, and that's pimento cheese sandwiches. There are just so many good memories growing up of eating pimento cheese sandwiches. And now, as an adult, I have an excuse just to make it. You don't need an excuse to make it, but I have an excuse to make it for the Masters. Every Masters Thursday, I make an egg salad sandwich and a pimento cheese sandwich. This year, I'm not making the egg salad sandwich because I'll be watching Thursday by myself, which was totally, my own decision. I'm going to get some work done. I have a job that I have to do. Sure. And I'm not going to make all that for everyone else. But I don't know, man, like eating these pimento cheese sandwiches, like reminds me of my grandma, reminds me of good, Southern hospitality. And they're freaking delicious. I already have the pimentos in the pantry. Tomorrow I'm going to go get the white bread. You guys got to make sure you make it with white bread. Make sure you use real pimento. Make sure you use real cheddar cheese. The real ingredients are the bomb. And I also had a pretty bad experience making the egg salad sandwich last year. I'm probably pretty good at it, but I made them like a little too moist and they're like running.
Hey, I have. It was my first time having pimento cheese sandwiches at your place last year. I always heard of it as a Masters food. I never tried it. Thought they were delicious.
You liked it?
Yeah, I liked them. My mom it got a recipe from the Masters website. She will be making them for my dad this weekend. But she's also making chicken salad sandwiches, which I think is just naturally a Masters food. And chicken salad is one of my favorite foods anyway. So that's what I'm really excited about.
So now this whole light bulb just went off in my head, Miles. Your mom hit me up on my Masters post and was like, Miles told me that he needs pimento cheese sandwiches. and I didn't know what she meant. I was like, am I sending him some? I'm like trying to
need them now.
Because I didn't know you were going up until today. And so now it just all
makes sense.
Oh, he's gonna be eating pimento cheese sandwiches. I thought that was absolutely great. So what is your favorite food? Is it chicken salad sandwiches?
It's chicken salad sandwiches, yeah. I wish I could have like a real pimento cheese sandwich at Augusta.
Oh my God.
That's like a bucket list item.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a good one. All right. So this one, I'm going to ask you, if you could pick one golfer to win a Masters or this year's Masters or a future Masters, dead or alive, who would you pick?
I thought through this one. Listen, I'm going to want to see Tiger win another one, but Ricky Fowler has been my favorite golfer for a long time, and I am still rooting for that man to make a breakthrough. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Yeah. But, man, there's been a couple of days at Augusta where he's played really well, and he's just never put it together. So I'm still looking for my man to be there on a Sunday and take the whole thing home. So if not Tiger Woods, I'll go Ricky Fowler. Gary Player was also always one of my favorite golfers and just people in general growing up. So that's another good pick for me.
Nice. I'm going to give two. And I'm going to give one, but I'm going to say that part of me doesn't want him to win this year. But listen, so growing up, I wasn't like that big of a Jordan Spieth fan. I just thought he kind of was like, I don't know, like bratty, complained a lot. And also I was a different person growing up than I am now. But having worked in this industry, like with these golfers, I have so much respect for Jordan Spieth, and he talks about he's grown up so much, but like, dude, I go to these golf tournaments and of course I watch like the big guys, like on the days where no one's watching, like practice round, charity events, stuff like that. Jordan Spieth sits there. He says hello to every single person, takes pictures with all these people, and then just goes about his business. Like, it's not like complaining or any of this. And then the craziest thing, like, I was at Valspar. I believe it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday. I was getting my media credential. And I'm like discombobulated. If anybody's been to Valspar, it's the entire area is so full of all these trees. And so, like, I'm trying to find the parking lot. There's no signs. I pull into the wrong parking lot. I get yelled at by security. I'm like flashing them my little media badge. It's like I'm so discombobulated. I was just like, where do I go? I go into the parking lot, the players' parking lot, park my car, and like I'm like flustered, like carrying all this stuff. And I pass by Jordan Spieth, and I don't say anything. As he's approaching me, he goes, "Hey man, what's up?" So like, "Hey man, how you doing?" And I was just like, whoa. I just thought it was so cool because like I was so like frustrated. I was ready just to go to my hotel. Like, I just want to get my media actual credential and leave. And he could have just done me the head nod, the classic golfer head nod. He's like, "Hey man, what's up?" It was crazy to me. That it's crazy, like small moments like that. It just made my day. Not only did I not leave the golf course, by the time I was so flustered, I was going to leave the golf course, not even step foot on it, just get my credential and leave and come back the next day. I really hung out all day, and I was like, it just like changed my day. And like, it was so crazy because it wasn't like he didn't do anything, so I really want him to win another one on Easter. Would be pretty cool. I don't have any money on him, so that probably make me a little upset, but I've grown to like him a lot more watching him. And he was pretty transparent too about, his golf game, where he probably felt all this pressure. And he's like, he told himself as he gets older, he just remembers it's just a game. Like, go have fun. You're playing a game. And I think that's made him kind of get back to that level of golf where he was. I'm going to say my second one, and I'll say it quick. Probably be Ernie Els. Ernie Els doesn't have a green jacket. Ernie Els was one of the first golfers that I got to meet when I started getting into golf. It was at Tavistock. I was a junior caddy, and I'll never get over like how swag Ernie Els was. And he had like the Cadillac Escalade. And I was like, yo, this dude, I don't even know Ernie Els. I'm probably like 9, like this dude, it's Cadillac Escalade. Brad. So I've always been like kind of like Ernie Els. He's got a little swag out there on the golf course.
Jordan, going back to him, is such an easy guy to root for. Yeah, he really is. So he's one that, yes, absolutely. I would love to see him make another run. So maybe this weekend.
Maybe this weekend. I don't have any money on him, so maybe next Masters. Okay, so listen, this is a tough one because I don't know what I would shoot, but I'll start off. What do you think you'd shoot at Augusta National? I would probably say, okay, guys, so who don't know, I am a 16 handicap, but I'm playing probably closer to a 20 right now. My golf game is not in a good place. I'm having a ton of fun out there. I just no longer live near a golf course. So I also don't own a car, which is totally cool. I can Uber or whatever, but I don't practice nearly enough. And so when I have a chance to practice, I just play. So I probably think I would shoot like from the tips, 7,500 is long. Like, I play like 6,800 courses. I'd probably shoot like 120. I'd be happy with a 120. My wedges are really nasty, really good wedges. So I think that helped me out a lot. And, but I don't know what I would do when I have to take 4-iron off every tee. What would you shoot?
I am a beginning golfer. So put me in the front tees. I'm not playing from the pits. I wouldn't even make it off the course. So if I'm playing, up front.
Yeah.
I'd probably shoot 160. Right? I could
respectable
up and down the course.
Listen, if I had a chance to play at Augusta National and I'm sucking it up, I will suck it up as fast as I possibly can. I'm playing every stupid shot. I don't care if I get no practice swings. I'm soaking in that moment.
Right, every shot. So yeah, they're gonna add up. Yeah, I'm sure those greens are tough.
All right, Miles. Last question. We didn't ask any betting questions, so regardless of odds, who is your pick to win the 2023 Masters?
Yeah, so I was just talking to you about this before we started the show here, and you just being the great golf analyst that you are, I told you New Year's Eve, I was like, Brad, I am betting golf with you this year. I want to do it. How do I do it? I'm going to be there. And I've been there every week. And I was telling my dad this yesterday. This is the most golf I have watched. And man, I have enjoyed every second of it. And for me, I'm coming back to Jon Rahm because what I have seen him do so far this year in these tournaments that I'm watching, and in all the bets that he has messed up consistently for the guys that I'm, because you can't bet on Rahm.
Yeah, you're just like,
oh, damn good. Oh. There's no payout. There was like one tournament where I threw the $10 on him and ended up getting the $75. But it was like, oh, great, woohoo,
right,
$5. Like, but man, I just keep coming back to him. I think he's going to come in ready to go. I'm not as beautiful with my analyzing golf as you are, but it's just the way he's looking on the course right now.
Yeah,
he looks unbeatable when he's locked in and zoned in and there for the taking. He's going to be tough to beat, man. So I know he'll at least be there on Sunday.
What's crazy about Jon Rahm is he won 3 events on the year already. He gets sick during API, can barely play, can barely practice, and gets beat by Ricky Fowler in the Dell match play, and people are already writing him off. He didn't practice any of that time. Probably not. He had stomach bug, They're already writing him off. He has lower odds. He has higher odds than Rory McIlroy. Neither of them have a green jacket, but I'd say Rahm's probably playing better golf than Rory right now. Probably a little more trustworthy. Mine's Scotty Scheffler. I've talked about this time and time again, show after show, and I'm going to say it here. Only 3 golfers have won back-to-back green jackets. Jack Nicklaus, Nick Faldo, Tiger Woods. Scotty Scheffler, whether he will say it or not, the chance to have his name forever mentioned with those guys that he looked up to growing up, guys that got him into the game, is something that you can't take away. I also think that his demeanor, and even though there is a clip of him going out where he was acting like yelling at his coach or something, which was kind of funny, out of character, his demeanor makes it feel like he stresses out a lot less. So he's my pick to win it all. Probably my highest liability out of anybody that I've bet. And man, he's another good guy. I have another story too. These golfers like literally blow my mind. I do have some bad stories from golfers where like I've done this for 2 years. I've gone to enough tournaments. I've seen guys like literally curse out other golfers, which is really crazy that you can see that in public. But Scotty's another guy who has good stories where, dude, after TPC practice round, just totally lucky timing. They were giving Give the Kids the World or Make-A-Wish, the Make-A-Wish kids a tour of the facility, which was really cool because the kids, like, they were like pointing at me, like, these guys are all in sports media. And I'm like, who, me? Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Scotty stayed around and took pictures and signed autographs with every family member and every kid in there, which I thought was really sick because those practice rounds are long, tiring. Then you have to do an interview. Most of the time you just want to go. It just shows you. He's like a guy. He's also a guy you can't root against. Like great family life, great Christian man, goes out and handles business, tries not to complain too much because he knows he's having fun. So it's going to be Scotty Scheffler for me.
It's a good pick. How is it that Scotty Scheffler just looks like somebody's dad all the time? I really feel like it's just somebody come get their dad, who is one of the best golfers in the world. Like, what you talk about his demeanor. Yeah, I mean, he just seems so chill.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish there was a little more personality there with some of these guys. Because golf needs that. But, some long shots. Obviously, I'm just following what you've posted, and go check out Brad's outright bets. He's got some good ones. But, man, Koepka is gaining a lot of steam. And if you're going to bet a live golfer, I feel like that's the move. How do you feel like DJ's going to play?
First, let me touch on Koepka really quick. Koepka went from 66 to
like 3,300,
30, basically overnight. He becomes the first 2-time winner on the Live Golf Tour. He didn't even play great on Sunday. He didn't play bad. What I mean by that is he did what he needed to do to win. That kind of stuff carries over. And for the first time in a long time, he's actually healthy. He did lose a little bit of distance off the tee, but not enough to make it a big deal, at least from what I was noticing. I think Dustin Johnson will be all right. I think Dustin Johnson's game wasn't in the best spot when he left. And I had someone ask me, like, Tiger Woods talks about getting tournament reps before big tournaments. That's why you always want to play in these tournaments, right? Leading up to majors. Do you really consider these live events quality tournament reps? Because there's no pressure. They're going to get paid regardless. And this is no, I'm not like trying to sit here and dig on live. Like that's not my intention. But we have to be true that it's not the same kind of pressure. It's not the same kind of crowds or galleries that the PGA Tour has. So I want to see how that happens. But if there's anybody who's chill enough, it's Dustin Johnson. He like doesn't care about anything. He's just going out and playing golf and having fun.
I gotta say, man, I miss watching him. So I'm really excited. I mean, I miss Koepka too. I miss that star power. I know that like there aren't like those are really like the two biggest names that I miss. I really don't miss like really any of the other guys that I've left.
Yeah, I don't either, actually.
Yeah, but those two guys I do. It was always fun watching DJ play. So that's why I'm glad we still have these majors. Last question. What are we seeing out of Tiger Woods this weekend?
Tiger Woods, time and time again, has surprised me. He's exceeded my expectations. When Tiger Woods played at Genesis, I had low expectations, probably the lowest possible. In his second round, he shot a 67.
Yeah. That was fun.
I think if Tiger Woods' body can hold up physically, I think Tiger Woods can find himself in the top 40. Now, there's only 88 golfers, so it's not saying much against the 120 golfer field when there's only 88. But for Tiger Woods, if he goes out there, his body holds up, he knows his course better than anyone else. He is great with his wedges. But there are times when I watch Tiger, the new Tiger, where it's like you could tell he's laboring. And Augusta has some of the most hills in the entire golf world. So I'd probably peg him. I'd say a T53 finish is where I have him at.
Well, I hope that he can put something together. I mean, we saw it in 2019. This is his course.
Yes.
You know? So if there's ever a time where he can put I just want him to be there, man.
Yeah.
Just come in this Sunday, 4 strokes back, wear your red. Let's see it, man.
if Tiger Woods is within 5 on Sunday, I'm putting down a bet on him. I don't care what the odds are.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Just meant to be at that point.
Yeah,
can't wait, man.
It's gonna be fun. Miles, thanks for doing this episode, dude. You know I'm gonna be texting you guys. Be sure, if you're listening on YouTube, smash the like button, the subscribe button. If you see this on Twitter, we're now verified, so smash that retweet button. We might do a giveaway or something as we lead into the college football season. But either way, for Miles Markiewicz, I'm Brad Thomas. Have a great week. Take care.